Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. All you need to know about Yellowstone star Kevin Costner's historical docu-series The West. With the pristine legacy of Yellowstone, Kevin Costner is set to premiere a historical docu-series called The West. The project will address the conflicting narratives of history and how much the tales have been controlled, highlighting the legacy of the West. Kevin Costner's The West not only is the 70-year-old serving as a producer for this passionate project, but he also narrates the series. There will also be interviews of the individuals who have specialized in the field and the historical reenactments for a better sense of understanding. The official description of The West is this new 8-part series takes viewers on a journey through the birth of the American West, examining the relentless competition for land, power, and identity that forged our nation's history. With legends born from figures such as Lewis and Clark and Sacagawea, to the clashes between lawmen and outlaws, the rise of cowboys and ranchers, the resilience of trailblazing women, and the fervor of fortune seekers and abolitionists, this series spans a century of pivotal events, the description added. By presenting these stories from diverse perspectives, the series illuminates both the indelible contributions of the pioneers who shaped the dream of the American West and the courageous resistance of Native American tribes who valiantly defended their ancestral land. The description concluded, according to the history. When and where will The West air? The episodes will air on the History Channel every Monday at 9 p.m. ET and can be accessed through various OT platforms as well. On May 26, 2025, the first 2 episodes will be shown back-to-back, and as a special gift, the 3rd episode will air on May 27, 2025. However, the rest of the episodes will have a Monday schedule, according to Y Entertainment. Along with Kevin Costner, Doris Kearns Goodwin will also serve as a producer, who is a well-renowned historian. If there's one actor who's become synonymous with the American frontier in recent years, it's Kevin Costner. From the sweeping landscapes and morally tangled ranch drama of Yellowstone to epic classics like Dances with Wolves and Open Range, Costner's passion for the Old West is as wide as the plains he so often rides across on screen. Now, the Oscar-winning actor, director, and producer is taking his love for American history a step further with his latest project, The West, a historical docu-series that seeks to peel back the layers of myth and legend surrounding one of the most defining periods in U.S. history. What is The West? The West is a documentary-style series created and narrated by Kevin Costner, who also serves as executive producer through his production company Territory Pictures. Set to air on the History Channel, this ambitious series dives deep into the real stories of the American West, exploring the figures, conflicts, cultures, and ideologies that helped shape a sprawling and often violent era of expansion. Far from the glorified cowboys and Indians tales of yesteryear, The West aims to give viewers a nuanced, sometimes uncomfortable, and always deeply researched look at what actually happened between the 19th and early 20th centuries. The series is co-produced by Radical Media, the team behind other acclaimed historical series such as Summer of Soul and Hamilton's America, ensuring a blend of cinematic flair and scholarly substance. Kevin Costner's passion project. Costner has long had a deep interest in Western history. His 1990 film Dances with Wolves, which he directed and starred in, won 7 Academy Awards and helped spark renewed interest in Native American culture and U.S. frontier history. With The West, Costner isn't just lending his recognizable voice and Hollywood gravitas. He's investing in the very idea of re-educating the public about an era too often told through a single lens. I've always been drawn to the stories that defined the American spirit, Costner said in an interview. But with The West, we're not just talking about the heroes. We're looking at the overlooked, the misunderstood, the real people who made history. What will the series cover? The West is expected to unfold over multiple episodes, each one delving into specific moments, people, or themes that helped shape the West. Topics reportedly include the impact of westward expansion on indigenous peoples, the rise of railroads and their role in transforming the landscape and economy, lawmen and outlaws, separating truth from legend in stories like Billy the Kid, Jess James, and Wyatt Earp, the gold rush and its ripple effects, women of the West and the often ignored roles they played, the U.S. cavalry and the complex relationship between soldiers and settlers, the myth versus reality of cowboy culture. What makes the West stand out is its intent to give equal weight to all voices. Native American historians, female scholars, African American perspectives, and descendants of historical figures all contribute to the narrative, ensuring that it's not just another retelling from the victor's point of view. How is it different from other Western documentaries? While there have been countless films and documentaries about the Old West, the West takes a hybrid approach. It blends dramatic reenactments with expert interviews, archival materials, and breathtaking cinematography. Think of it as the historical rigor of Ken Burns with the visual scope of Yellowstone, but more grounded in truth. The reenactments are not designed to romanticize or dramatize, but rather bring to life moments that help illuminate the emotional reality of what people experienced during this pivotal time in American history. According to the creators, there is a focus on authenticity, from period-accurate costumes to dialect coaching and locations filmed across the actual regions where events occurred. Costner's role, more than just a narrator. Though many celebrities lend their voices to documentaries, Costner is deeply embedded in every aspect of the West. He's not only narrating the series, but is also credited as a writer, helping to shape the overarching themes and tone. His goal isn't to be the face of the story, but rather its conduit. "What I'm trying to do with this series is listen," Costner said, "to the historians, to the communities that lived this history, and to the voices that haven't always been heard. I'm here to help tell their story, not just mine." A timely re-examination. At a time when the U.S. is reassessing many parts of its past, the West arrives as both a corrective and a celebration. It doesn't shy away from the violence, injustice, and greed that accompanied the push across the continent. But neither does it ignore the innovation, determination, and cultural fusion that defined the era. In this way, the series functions as both history and mirror, a way for modern viewers to understand where the country has come from, and what values, myths, and truths it still carries today. When and where to watch. The West is slated to premiere on the History Channel in fall 2025, with the first season consisting of 8-hour-long episodes. It will also be available for streaming on the History Channel's digital platforms, with potential future availability on services like Hulu or Peacock, depending on distribution deals. Fans of Costner, Yellowstone, or American history won't want to miss this one. The trailers released so far hint at a production that's as epic as it is intimate, drawing from the same dramatic tension and expansive vision that have made Costner's filmography a staple in American storytelling. Final thoughts. Kevin Costner's The West isn't just another TV series. It's a cultural endeavor aimed at re-examining one of the most iconic periods in U.S. history through a fresh, honest lens. Whether you're a die-hard history buff or a newcomer curious about the true stories behind cowboy hats and covered wagons, The West promises to educate, challenge, and inspire. As Costner himself might say, it's not just about where we've been, it's about how we remember and who gets to tell the story. And with The West, he's inviting everyone to take that journey together.